This is Villa Herodian in Tekoa, about 15 minutes south of Jerusalem. Owned by American-Israeli Louis Weinger and his family, it's one of some 200 properties affected by Airbnb's West Bank boycott. The Weingers host events and can sleep up to 14 people in their luxurious home. It has a spectacular view of the Judean hills, and it's listed on Airbnb, but not for long.
I think it's crazy. It just doesn't make any sense that I can't list my property, but Muhammad down the street in Bethlehem can list his property and call it Palestine.
Airbnb operates in 191 countries in 81,000 cities, but it said in a press release, "When we applied our decision-making framework, we concluded that we should remove listings in Israeli settlements in the occupied West Bank that are at the core of the dispute between Israelis and Palestinians."
It's obviously taking a position, a political position that I believe is discriminatory and anti-Semitic.
I think our reaction should be that we should boycott Airbnb. And anybody who cares about Israel, the Jewish people, is willing to fight against anti-Semitism should fight against Airbnb.
Israeli government minister Michael Oren says the Airbnb boycott could be just the beginning.
It sends a signal that not just Jewish companies in Judea and Samaria can be boycotted, but the Jewish state can be boycotted. And we've known throughout history that waves of anti-Semitism, most recently the Nazi anti-Semitism of the 1930s, 1940s, began with a boycott of Jewish goods. This is the way it begins.
Airbnb's policy discriminates grossly against people of the Jewish faith and people of the Jewish ethnicity. They treat Jews living in the West Bank different from any other group.
Professor Eugene Kontorovich said out of the whole world, Airbnb chose to make a point here.
There is indeed a political dispute about the West Bank, but they're not saying we're not taking listings from the West Bank. They're saying we're not taking listings from Jews in the West Bank. That's not just a double standard, that's naked discrimination.
Weinger's neighbor, Rabbi Eitan Levy, explained the Jewish roots of the area.
Tekoa itself was the home of the prophet Amos. In the 9th chapter of Amos, he says that God will return his people Israel, they will rebuild their conquered cities, they will sink down their roots and never more be uprooted from the land. And right here, you can come to the modern Tekoa, and here we are, we're living out those prophecies today.
For now, Weinger says he doesn't know what impact being unlisted on Airbnb will have on his business. But whatever happens, Levy says God will provide. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.